Welcome back. Today we have this problem. It's called there are n gas stations along a circular route where the amount of gas at the ith station is gas of I. You have a car with an unlimited gas tank and it cost of I of gas to travel from the ith station to its next I plus 1 station. You begin the journey with an empty tank at one of the gas stations, given two integer array gas and costs. Return the starting gas station index if you can travel around the circular once in the clockwise direction. Otherwise, return -1. If there is if there is exist a solution, it is guaranteed to be unique. Okay, so let's just see this one. So we have this example, we have the gas and the costs, and we start this saying the answer should be 3, so we start at 4, because when you have you start first and 4, so yeah, it costs you no gas, so it's 4 plus 0, you have 4, and after that you go to 5, it costs you 1 to go to 5, so you will just pay it costs you 1 liter gas, so you just pay 1, so it will be 4 minus 1 to be 3, and plus 5 that you get. So right now you have 8, so you go from this one, the end to the first, it costs you 2 liters of gas station. So when you go from there, it will be 8 minus 2 because it costs you 2 plus 1, the amount of gas that you can get, it will be 7. And right now you are at you want to go from 1 to 2, and this costs you 3, so it will be 3 minus 7 plus 2, which can you get from this one, it will be 6. And you are right now you are in this one, and you will go to the next, and this costs you 5, it costs you 4. Yeah, going from 2 to 3 costs you 4. So your tank, it will be like 6 minus 4 will be 3, will equals 5, and you right now travel station, you are going to 3 again, and yeah, that's it. So it's basically that's it. So let's just try to draw this, because I guess maybe it's quite hard to understand it like that. However, if we draw it, it will be way more easier for us to understand it. Okay, so let's just draw this one. So let's have this and make this one white. Oh, sorry, what is this? Oh, this is from the let me delete all that. Okay, so let's just draw. Let's say that we have this circle, okay, and we have this one will be like and this one will have 1, and we will have in this one we will have 2, and in this one we'll have 3 and 4 and 5, and from 1 to 2 it costs 3, from 2 to 3 it costs 4, from 3 to 4 it costs 5, from 4 to 5 it costs 1, from 5 to 1 it costs 2. So let's just think, we want to find, let's just try, if you tried with this one, for this one first, if you get one tank and you just it costs you 3 to go to the next one, right now you will have -2 if we get from this one, so it's not working. So okay, so 1 is not working, so let's just take about 2. So if we start at 2, from 4 going from 2 to 3, it costs us 4, so it will be also -2, so it's not working. So let's just try the next one. So we have 3, so it's from 3 to 4 cost of 5. So if you start from 3, it will be minus 3, I guess. No, minus 2 also. So it's not working. So if we started from 4 to 5, it costs up 1. So we will have, if you have 4, so it costs up 1, so we'll have 3. And we will take the 5 from the 3, so it will be plus 5, it will be equals 8. Okay, and let's continue. We want to make sure that we can reach this one. And let's go from 5 to 1, it costed 2. And we have 8, so we will have 6 plus 1, it will equal 7. And from 1 to 2 costed 3. So it will be 7 minus 3, it will be 4 plus 2, it will be how much? 6, I guess. And from 2 to 3, it cost out 4, and we have 2, so just we reach it, and we can continue, and you find that you reach it. So it's really becomes easy when you just draw it. Once you just read it, I guess it maybe sometimes become hard to understand. So how we can solve this in code? The solution in code is pretty easy, but the thing that it takes time to try to understand this one. If you just draw, it will be way more easier for us to understand. The solution is it's pretty simple. So first of all, let's just start with my thinking that we could start with the 3 variables. So let's just have the current tank. This will equal 0, and we have the total tank, and I will see what is the difference between them. You can see in the code. And we have something we call the pause, and the pause, it will be the index of each element that we are in. So I'll make a for loop. Okay, I will say let I equals 0, I less than gas the length and I plus plus. Okay, and I will say first of all we will have the current tank. So we will just have the current tank will equals, we start with the current tank, we will get anything that in the tank. So the current tank will plus equals it will be this current tank and the cost of the next station. So it will be gas of I minus cost of I. So we want to know what is the current tank for each one. So we will do the total tank, which will be plus or equal gas of I, and I will see why you will understand why we're using the total tank. Like, I guess right now, if we use the total tank, it will not sound like, okay, it doesn't make sense. However, if we look at total tank at the end, you'll get that it has a purpose. This line has a purpose. So let's just focus on the current tank. So we have the current tank, and we think that if the current tank is less than 0, that means the current tank is less than 0. That means we are not in the right I. So I would say I'll make the current tank 0 again. So we start from the beginning, equals 0, and I will say pause, it will equals I plus 1. Okay, because we start in the next element, in the next I, in the next index. So right now we're trying to understand the current tank, the current that we're starting from, and we have the pause. That this pause is tracking each is tracking each starting point to make sure that if this starting point is right or what. And let's say that we have pause, we have something, we have a specific index, and we want to return it. But however, if you want to return this pause, we should know something. It is important for us to make sure that the amount of the gas, all of the gas, should be bigger than the amount of the cost. And if it was otherwise, that means we have a problem. That means we can't go there. So for this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's actually identical. They are equals each other. So we can go and we can go further out. So it should be at least equals to 0 or less than 0. So what is the purpose of total tank? So the total tank is that we create this variable to check whether the cost of gas is bigger than the gas the gas array or not. Because if the cost of the gas is bigger than the gas array, that means we can't we can't we can't go in the circle route, because the cost more than the gas that we have. So it's a pretty straightforward. So I'm saying that, okay, so we return if the total tank is less than 0, that means we return -1, because it's not possible for us to go circle, because it costs more. All the amount of the gas is less than the cost of the gas. It's less than, so we can't go there. However, if it's bigger than 0 or equal to 0, that means that we can go through a route, circular route. That means we return the post. So what we are doing here is the exact same thing that we talked here. So we just to go through each one. When h is 0, we find like 1 to 2, it takes 3, so we have -2. So we just make the current 0, and we just to continue looping, and we just until we find a 4 or something. And when we find a 4, and just to continue, when we don't have the route, when we don't have the routes, for example, I have 4 right now, and we just continue to go to the next indexes based on, and we just take the gas cost from each one of them. So this is the way that we can solve this problem. So let's just to try to recap everything again. So we have the current tag, and this current tag is checking each step that we are in. And when we be less than 0, that means we will just refill the current again, and we start the pause, and give the pause from the next index, and we'll try to test the next index. And after all of that, when we find the pause, we return it. However, we should make sure that the total cost is less than or equals the total amount of gas that we can have. So if we have this one, this line of code give us the ability to just only loop once, because if we didn't do this line of code, we will have to loop again inside this item, inside this loop, against each other element in the cost, to make sure that, okay, we can go there. So that's it for this video. I hope my solution was quite good. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a video, and see you in future problems.